Maya Brooks stood in the main hall of the spaceship New Horizons. She was excited but also nervous. Today was the day humans would meet aliens for the first time, real aliens from other planets. Maya had dreamed about this moment since she was a little girl. She was small, only 5 feet and 2 inches tall. Her brown hair was tied back in a simple ponytail. She wore her best blue uniform with the Earth symbol on the shoulder. Maya was a scientist who studied life on other planets. Even though she had never seen real aliens before, she knew more about them than almost anyone on Earth. The big meeting room had tall windows that showed the stars outside. Maya could see 3 alien ships floating near their ship. Each ship looked different. One was made of what looked like crystal. Another was long and curved like a snake. The third ship had many arms sticking out from its center. Captain Amy Rodriguez walked into the room. She was tall and strong-looking. Her uniform had many medals on it. Behind her came Dr. Lisa Kane, who was in charge of talking to the aliens. Lisa was also tall and had blonde hair. She carried a tablet computer and looked very serious. "Maya, are you ready for this?" Captain Rodriguez asked. Maya nodded. "I have been ready my whole life." Dr. Kane looked at her tablet. "The aliens will come on our ship in 10 minutes. Remember, we must be very careful. We do not know much about them yet." Maya had read every report about the aliens. There were 3 different types coming today. The first type came from a planet where everything was made of crystal. They looked like walking gems. The second type came from a world with no land, only oceans. They looked like giant snakes with arms. The third type came from a planet where millions of insects lived together. They looked like big bugs that could talk. Other humans came into the room. There was Dr. Kate Phillips, who studied how different people and aliens act. Dr. Susan Walsh was there too. She helped people who felt scared or worried. Dr. Rachel Barnes studied how minds work. All of them were taller than Maya. The alien. "Ships are getting closer," someone said. Maya looked out the window. She could see lights moving on the alien ships. She wondered what the aliens were thinking. Were they as excited as she was? Were they scared? A loud sound came from the speakers. "Alien shuttle is coming to our ship," a voice said. Maya felt her heart beat faster. She had studied alien languages on computers, but she had never heard real aliens talk. She had looked at pictures of aliens, but she had never seen real ones move. The room became quiet. Everyone stopped talking. Maya could hear the sound of the alien shuttle connecting to their ship. There were clicks and hums as the 2 ships joined together. "They are coming on board now," Captain Rodriguez said. The big doors at the end of the room opened. Maya held her breath. The first alien walked in. It was huge, at least 8 feet tall. Its body was made of what looked like blue crystal. Light moved through its body like water. It had no face that Maya could see, but somehow she knew it was, looking at them. The second alien came next. It moved like a snake, but it had 4 arms. Its skin was green and shiny. It was very long, maybe 12 feet from head to tail. Its eyes were big and yellow. The third alien was the strangest. It looked like a giant ant, but it walked on 2 legs. It had 4 arms and big black eyes. Its skin looked hard like a shell. Maya stared at them. They were so different from anything on Earth, but also wonderful. Dr. Kane stepped forward. "Welcome to our ship. I am Dr. Lisa Kane. We are happy to meet you." The crystal alien made a sound like music. A computer voice said, "I am Zeth Ara of the Quartz Dominion. We come in peace." The snake alien spoke with a voice like wind. The computer said, "I am Velnara of the Spiral Nebula. We wish to learn about humans." The bug alien clicked and buzzed. The computer said, "I am Kixandra of the Hive Clusters. We bring greetings from our people." Maya wanted to say hello, but she noticed something strange. All 3 aliens were looking at the tall humans. They did not look at her at all. It was like she was not even there. Dr. Kane began to talk about Earth and humans. She said they came in peace and wanted to be friends. The aliens listened and sometimes made sounds. The computer turned their words into English. Maya tried to move closer to hear better. As she took a step forward, something weird happened. All 3 aliens moved back a little. It was small, but Maya saw it. She thought maybe she was in their way. Maya tried to move to the side. Again, The aliens moved. Not much, but they moved. That is interesting, Maya thought. Why do they move when I move? The talk went on for a long time. The aliens asked questions about Earth. They wanted to know about human culture and science. Dr. Kane and Captain Rodriguez answered their questions. Maya listened to everything. She was learning so much, but she also kept noticing that the aliens seemed to avoid looking at her. When she moved, they watched her from the corners of their eyes. After an hour, Dr. Kane said, "We have prepared food for you. Would you like to eat with us?" The aliens talked to each other in their own languages. Then Zethara said, "We would be honored to share food with humans." As everyone started to move toward the dining room, Maya was so excited that she forgot to be careful. She was carrying her computer tablet and some papers. As she turned quickly, the tablet slipped from her hands. "Oh no," Maya said. She moved fast to catch the tablet before it hit the floor. Her hand shot out like lightning and grabbed it. When she looked up, all three aliens had jumped back. They were much farther away than before. Zethara's crystal body was flashing, bright colors. Velnara's green skin had turned pale. Kixandra's 4 arms were moving in front of its body like it was trying to protect itself. Maya stood up slowly, holding her tablet. "Sorry," she said. "I dropped my computer." The aliens did not say anything. They just stared at her. Dr. Kane looked confused. "Is everything okay?" Zethara made some musical sounds. The computer voice said, "Yes, we are fine. Let us go eat now." But Maya could see they were not fine. Something about her catching the tablet had scared them. She did not understand why. All she did was catch something before it fell. Any human could do that. As they walked to the dining room, Maya noticed the aliens stayed far away from her. They walked close to the other humans, but they gave her lots of space. Maya felt sad. She had wanted to make friends with the aliens. She had studied so hard to learn about them. But for some reason, they did not want to be near her. She did not know that in the aliens' home worlds, no one could move as fast as she just did. She did not know that her quick movement looked dangerous to them. She did not know that the aliens thought she was the most scary human in the room. Maya just thought they did not like her because she was small. The dining room on the New Horizons was set up with special tables. The humans had worked hard to make sure the aliens would be comfortable. There were 3 different types of chairs. One was made for Zethara's crystal body. Another was long and low for Velnara to curl up on. The third had special armrests for Kixandra's 4 arms. Maya sat at the human table with Dr. Kane, Captain Rodriguez, and the other scientists. The alien table was across from them, but not too close. Maya noticed the aliens had asked for their table to be moved farther away after the tablet incident. The food was simple. The humans ate normal Earth food like chicken, rice, and vegetables. The aliens had brought their own food from their ships. Zethara did not eat anything. Instead, the crystal alien put its hands on a special light that seemed to feed it energy. Velnara ate something that looked like blue soup. Kixandra crunched on small cubes that smelled like flowers. Dr. Kane tried to start friendly conversation. "Tell us about your home worlds," she said. "We are very curious to learn about life on other planets." Zethara's body made soft musical sounds. The computer translated, "My world is called Crystal Prime. Everything there is made of living crystal. We have no weather. The temperature never changes. Our days and nights are always the same length." Maya was fascinated. "No weather at all?" she asked. "What about storms or rain?" All 3 aliens turned to look at her when she spoke. Maya noticed Velnara's green skin became lighter, almost white. "Storms?" Zethara asked. "What are storms?" Maya smiled. She loved talking about Earth. "Storms are when the weather gets wild. The wind blows really hard. Rain falls from the sky. Sometimes there is lightning and thunder." Kixandra's 4 arms started clicking together. The computer said, "Your world has unstable weather?" "Oh yes," Maya said, getting excited. "We have thunderstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards. Last month I was camping and got caught in a big thunderstorm. The wind was so strong it knocked down trees. The lightning was amazing." Velnara made a sound like air escaping from a balloon. Her snake-like body curled up tighter. "You were outside during unstable weather?" Maya nodded. I love camping. My family goes camping every summer. We sleep in tents outside. Sometimes bears come near our camp, but they usually just want food. Bears? Kixandra asked. The bug alien's voice sounded higher than before. Dr. Kate Phillips was watching the aliens carefully. She noticed they were acting strange, but she did not understand why. Bears are big animals, Maya explained. They are about 8 feet tall when they stand up. They have big teeth and claws, but they are not usually dangerous if you are careful. Zethara's crystal body started flashing different colors very fast. These bears, they live near humans? All over the place, Maya said. We also have wolves, mountain lions, sharks, snakes. Oh, and spiders. I hate spiders, but they are everywhere. Velnara made a choking sound. Dangerous animals live. With you? Maya laughed. Earth is full of dangerous animals, but humans learn to live with them. We are pretty tough. She pulled out her phone to show them pictures. This is my dog, Max. He is a German Shepherd. Look how big he is. Maya showed them a picture of herself standing next to a large dog that came up to her waist. The dog had big teeth and looked very strong. Kixandra's arms started shaking. This creature lives in your home? Max is great, Maya said. He protects our house. German Shepherds are very loyal. They used to be war dogs. War dogs? Velnara whispered. Maya did not notice how scared the aliens were getting. She kept talking about Earth. The gravity on Earth is pretty strong, too. That is why humans are built the way we are. We have dense bones and strong muscles. Dr. Susan Walsh was starting to notice something was wrong. The aliens were acting very nervous. Velnara's skin kept changing colors. Zethara was flashing like a broken light. Kixandra's arms would not stop clicking. Maya, Dr. Walsh said quietly. Maybe we should talk about something else. But Maya was having too much fun sharing information about Earth. Oh, and the air pressure on Earth is really high compared to most planets. That is why we can hold our breath for a long time underwater. I can hold my breath for almost 2 minutes. Zethara made a sound like breaking glass. You can stop breathing and live? Sure, Maya said. All humans can do that. We also eat lots of different things. I love spicy food. The spicier the better. Last week I ate peppers so hot they made me cry, but they tasted great. Velnara's whole body was now almost white. You eat things that cause pain? Maya nodded. Humans eat all kinds of things that other creatures cannot eat. We drink alcohol, coffee, eat chocolate. Most animals cannot eat chocolate. It would make them sick. But humans love it. Kixandra stood up suddenly. Its forearms were moving very fast. You consume toxins for pleasure? Well, I guess you could call them toxins, Maya said. She did not understand why the aliens seemed so upset. Coffee has caffeine, chocolate has theobromine, alcohol is poison in large amounts. But humans can handle all of that. Dr. Kate Phillips finally understood what was happening. The aliens were not upset with Maya. They were scared of her. Everything Maya said about Earth made it sound like the most dangerous place in the galaxy. And Maya talked about surviving there like it was normal. Captain Rodriguez noticed the problem too. Maybe we should take a break, she suggested. But it was too late. Maya pulled out a small bag from her pocket. Would you like to try some Earth candy? She asked the aliens. These are cinnamon candies. They are really hot. She popped one in her mouth and smiled as her eyes watered from the spicy candy. All 3 aliens moved their chairs back from the table. Zethara's crystal body was now flashing, red and orange. Velnara had curled into a tight ball. Kixandra was clicking so fast it sounded like a machine gun. The small human consumes fire chemicals, Kixandra said to the other aliens in its own language, but the computer translated it anyway. Fire chemicals? Maya asked, confused. Dr. Kane stood up. I think we should end the meal here. Perhaps our guests would like to rest. The aliens agreed very quickly. They left the dining room faster than they had entered. Maya watched them go, feeling sad and confused. Did I say something wrong? Maya asked Dr. Walsh. Dr. Walsh put a hand on Maya's shoulder. I do not think you said anything wrong, but I think the aliens see Earth very differently than we do. After the aliens left, the human team stayed in the dining room to talk. They were terrified, Dr. Phillips said. Every time Maya talked about Earth, they got more scared. But why? Maya asked. I was just telling them about normal things. Captain Rodriguez looked thoughtful. Maybe what is normal for us is not normal for them. Think about what you told them, Maya. You talked about surviving deadly weather, living with dangerous animals, eating poison, and breathing underwater. Maya thought about it. But those are just normal human things. Exactly, Dr. Kane said, and that might be the problem. Outside the dining room, the three aliens were having their own meeting. They were talking in their own languages, but their computers were still translating. The small one is the most dangerous, Zethara said. She speaks of surviving impossibilities like they are games. Her world is a death planet, Velnara agreed. And she thrives there. We must warn the Council, Kixandra said. Humans are more dangerous than we thought, and the smallest one may be the deadliest of all. Back in the dining room, Maya was starting to understand. They think Earth is dangerous? Very dangerous, Dr. Phillips said. And they think humans are dangerous too. Maya looked at her hands. They seemed so normal to her, small and weak compared to many humans. But maybe the aliens saw something different. What do we do now? Maya asked. We learn, Captain Rodriguez said, and we try to understand each other better. But Maya was worried. She had wanted to make friends with the aliens. Instead, she had made them afraid. She did not know how to fix that. Outside their room, the aliens were making plans. They were not planning to hurt the humans. They were planning to run away. In their minds, they had just met the most dangerous species in the galaxy, and the smallest, most innocent-looking. One was clearly the most deadly of all. The next morning, Maya woke up early. She could not sleep well because she kept thinking about the dinner. The aliens had seemed so scared of her, but she did not understand why. She was just a small human who loved science and learning about other worlds. Maya got dressed and went to the main computer room. The translation machines that helped humans and aliens talk to each other were having problems. The computers kept making strange noises and showing error messages. Dr. Kane was already there, looking worried. Good morning, Maya. The translation system is broken. Without it, we cannot talk to the aliens. Can I help? Maya asked. I know a lot about computers. Dr. Kane nodded. Yes, please. We need all the help we can get. Maya looked at the big translation. Computer. It was as tall as she was, and very heavy. Parts of it were smoking and making buzzing sounds. She could see that some of the heavy metal pieces inside had come loose. I think I see the problem, Maya said. Some of the parts have moved out of place. We need to put them back where they belong. Dr. Kane looked at the heavy pieces. We will need to get the robot lifters to move those parts. They are too heavy for humans to lift. Maya looked closer at the parts. They were about the size of her laptop computer, but made of metal. These pieces? They do not look that heavy. Before Dr. Kane could stop her, Maya reached into the machine and picked up one of the loose metal parts. It was about 20 pounds, but Maya lifted it easily with one hand. Where does this go? Maya asked, holding the heavy part like it was made of paper. Dr. Kane stared at her. Maya, that part weighs 20 pounds. Does it? Maya asked. She moved the part to her other hand. It feels pretty light to me. Maya started putting the parts back in the right places. She lifted piece after piece with no trouble. Some parts were 30 pounds. Some were 40 pounds. Maya picked them all up like they were toys. Dr. Kane watched in amazement. She knew Maya was small, but she was lifting things that should have been hard even for big, strong men. While Maya worked, the three aliens came to see what was happening. They wanted to know when the translation machine would work again. Zethara, Velnara, and Kixandra stood in the doorway and watched Maya work. They saw the small human lifting heavy metal parts with one hand. They saw her move quickly and precisely, putting everything in exactly the right place. Impossible, Velnara whispered in her own language. Maya looked up and saw the aliens watching her. She smiled and waved with her free hand. In her other hand, she was still holding a 30-pound metal part. Almost done, Maya said happily. Just a few more pieces to put back. Kixandra's 4 arms started clicking together again. On its home world, it took special machines to lift such heavy things. The strongest members of its species could only lift 10 pounds at most. Zethara's crystal body began flashing orange and red again. On Crystal Prime, even their strongest individuals could not lift more than 5 pounds. Maya was lifting 6 times that amount with one small hand. Maya finished fixing the computer and turned it on. The machine hummed to life and the error messages disappeared. "There we go," Maya said. "All fixed." She wiped her hands on her uniform and smiled at the aliens. "The translator should work fine now." But the aliens did not look happy. They looked more scared than before. Dr. Kate Phillips came into the room. She had been watching everything from outside. She saw how the aliens reacted to Maya's strength. "Maya," Dr. Phillips said quietly, "can I talk to you for a minute?" They stepped outside the computer room. Dr. Phillips looked serious. "Maya, I think the aliens are afraid of humans, especially you." "But why me?" Maya asked. "I am the smallest human here." "That might be exactly why," Dr. Phillips said. "Think about what they just saw. You lifted parts that weigh as much as their entire bodies, and you did it with one hand like it was nothing." Maya looked confused. "But those parts were not that heavy." "To you, no. But to them, you just did something impossible. On their worlds, no one is as strong as you are." Back in the computer room, the aliens were talking to each other through the newly fixed translator. "The small one has the strength of their largest machines," Zethara said. "She moved faster than our fastest warriors," Velnara added. "And she acts like it is normal," Kixandra said. "What kind of world creates beings like this?" Commander Beth Turner came to find Maya. She was in charge of ship security and had been watching the alien reactions. "Maya, I need to ask you some questions. The aliens seem very nervous around you. Can you tell me about your normal daily activities on Earth?" Maya thought about it. "Normal things, I guess. I wake up and exercise for an hour. I run 5 miles and lift weights. Then I have breakfast and go to work." Commander Turner wrote notes. "What do you eat for breakfast?" "Coffee, toast, eggs, sometimes spicy salsa. Oh, and I take vitamins." "How much coffee?" 3 or 4 cups. "I need caffeine to wake up." Commander Turner kept writing. "And after work? I go to the gym or go rock climbing. I like to climb the big rock walls at the climbing center. Sometimes I go hiking in the mountains." "Do you climb high mountains?" "Not super high, maybe 8,000 or 9,000 feet, nothing crazy." Commander Turner stared at her notes. Everything Maya said sounded normal for a human. But she was starting to understand why the aliens were scared. She went back to the computer room where the aliens were still talking. "Excuse me," Commander Turner said. "Can you tell me about physical activities on your worlds?" Zethara made musical sounds. "On Crystal Prime, we do not need to move much. We absorb energy from light. Moving quickly can crack our crystal bodies." Velnara spoke next. "On my world, we move slowly and carefully. Fast movement is only for hunting or escaping danger. We rest most of the time." Kixandra clicked softly. "My people work together, but we are not strong individually. One of my people can carry about 5 pounds at most. Moving fast makes us very tired." Commander Turner understood now. "What do you eat and drink?" "I consume light energy," Zethara said. "I eat small fish and plants," Velnara said. "Strong tastes hurt my mouth." "My people eat nectar and sweet fruits," Kixandra said. "Bitter or hot foods are poison to us." Commander Turner went back to find Maya. She brought Dr. Phillips with her. "Maya, I think I understand the problem. You need to know something about how the aliens see you." "What do you mean?" Maya asked. "To them, you are incredibly strong. You drink things that would poison them. You eat things that would hurt them. You exercise in ways that would kill them. And you live on a planet that they think is impossible to survive on." Maya sat down hard in a chair. "So they think I am dangerous?" "Very dangerous," Dr. Phillips said. "Every normal thing you do is extraordinary to them. When you caught that tablet yesterday, you moved faster than they thought was possible. When you lifted those computer parts today, you showed strength they have never seen. But I am the smallest human here," Maya said sadly. "That makes it worse," Commander Turner explained. If the smallest human can do impossible things, what can the larger humans do? In their minds, you are not just strong. You are a compact bundle of deadly abilities. Maya felt terrible. I do not want them to be scared of me. I just want to be friends. Dr. Phillips sat down next to her. I know, but now we understand the problem. Maybe we can fix it. In their own meeting room, the aliens were making plans. They had sent a message to their home worlds. The message said, "Humans are from Death World. Even smallest human has impossible strength and speed. Recommend extreme caution. May need to flee." The alien governments were sending back worried messages. Some wanted to recall their ambassadors immediately. Others wanted to send military ships, but Velnara was thinking differently. The small one does not act like a warrior, she said to the others. She acts kind. Dangerous things can appear kind, Zethara replied. But she fixed our translator, Velnara said. She helped us when she could have hurt us. Kixandra's arms stopped clicking for a moment. This is true. She could have damaged the machine to keep us from talking. Instead, she fixed it. Maya did not know about the alien discussions. She was sitting in her room feeling sad. She had always dreamed of meeting aliens and making friends with them, but instead she had scared them. There was a knock on her door. It was Dr. Rachel Barnes, the psychologist. Maya, can we talk? I think there might be a way to help the aliens understand that you are not dangerous. Maya looked up hopefully. Really? How? We need to show them who you really are. Not just what you can do, but who you are inside. Maya nodded. She was willing to try anything to make friends with the aliens. She did not want them to be afraid of her anymore, but she did not know that the aliens were starting to wonder about her too. Some of them were beginning to think that maybe, just maybe, the small human might not be as dangerous as she seemed. Maya spent the morning in her room, feeling sad and confused. She did not want to scare the aliens anymore, so she tried to stay away from them. But staying in her room made her feel lonely and homesick. Dr. Rachel Barnes came to visit her around lunchtime. Maya, the aliens have asked to meet with you again. They want to try to understand humans better. Maya was not sure. What if I scare them again? I do not want to make things worse. I will be there with you, Dr. Barnes promised. We will be very careful. Maya agreed to try. She followed Dr. Barnes to a small meeting room. The three aliens were already there, but they had asked for their chairs to be moved farther away from where Maya would sit. As Maya walked into the room, she tried to move slowly and carefully. She did not want to startle anyone. But as she was walking to her chair, she saw something that made her react without thinking. A beautiful crystal sculpture was sitting on a table near the door. It was one of Zethara's personal belongings, and it was starting to fall off the edge of the table. Someone must have bumped the table earlier. Maya saw the crystal sculpture falling and knew it would break if it hit the floor. Without thinking, she jumped forward and caught it just before it crashed. Her movement was lightning fast. 1 second she was walking slowly to her chair. The next second she had moved across the room and caught the falling sculpture. All three aliens made sounds of alarm. Zethara's body flashed bright red. Velnara curled into a tight ball. Kixandra's 4 arms came up in front of its face like a shield. Maya stood there holding the crystal sculpture, realizing what she had done. I am sorry, she said quickly. I just did not want it to break. She gently placed the sculpture back on the table, making sure it was safe. Then she backed away slowly. I did not mean to scare you, Maya said. I could not let it break. It is too beautiful. Dr. Barnes watched the aliens carefully. They were definitely scared. But there was something else in their reactions, too. Something like surprise. Zethara spoke first, its voice like broken music. You saved my sculpture? Maya nodded. It was falling. I could not let it break. But you could have let it fall, Velnara said slowly. Breaking my belongings would have weakened me, given you advantage. Maya looked confused. Why would I want to weaken you? I want to be your friend. Kixandra's arms stopped clicking. You do not wish to dominate us? Dominate you? Maya asked. No, of course not. I want to learn from you. I want to share knowledge and be friends. Dr. Barnes saw an opportunity. Maya, can you tell them about your work on Earth? Maya sat down carefully in her chair. I study life on other planets. I have always dreamed of meeting aliens and learning about their worlds. I became a scientist because I wanted to understand the universe better. You study life? Zethara asked. Maya's eyes lit up. Yes, I love learning about how different creatures live and grow. Every living thing is amazing in its own way. She pulled out her tablet computer. Can I show you some pictures of Earth? Animals? Not the dangerous ones. The beautiful ones. The aliens looked at each other. Slowly, they nodded. Maya showed them pictures of butterflies, colorful fish, and tiny hummingbirds. These are some of my favorite creatures on Earth. They are small and gentle, but they are wonderful. Velnara looked closer at the pictures. They are beautiful. Earth has dangerous animals, but it also has millions of beautiful, peaceful ones, Maya explained. Humans protect the gentle creatures. We have laws to keep them safe. Kixandra's arms moved in a pattern that meant curiosity in its culture. Humans protect weak creatures? Of course, Maya said. Just because we can hurt something does not mean we should. Strong creatures should protect weak ones. Dr. Barnes smiled. This was going better than she had hoped. But then something happened. That made everything worse. Maya was talking about Earth's animals when she started to feel stressed. She was worried about saying the wrong thing again. When Maya got stressed, she had habits that helped her feel better. Without thinking, she reached into her pocket and pulled out a chocolate bar. She also had a bottle of coffee from the ship's kitchen. Maya took a big bite of dark chocolate and washed it down with strong black coffee. To her, this was just comfort food. Something to help her feel better when she was nervous. But to the aliens, it looked like something very different. Kixandra stood up so fast that its chair fell over. The small one is consuming combat stimulants. Combat stimulants? Maya asked, confused. Zethara's body was flashing red and orange again. Caffeine and theobromine. These are powerful chemical stimulants. You are preparing for battle. Maya looked at her chocolate and coffee. No, these just help me feel better when I am nervous. But the aliens did not believe her. In their worlds, no one consumed such powerful chemicals unless they were getting ready to fight. Velnara was sending urgent signals to her ship. Emergency. The human is entering combat mode. All ships prepare for possible attack. No, wait, Maya said, standing up quickly. I'm not preparing for battle. But her quick movement just made things worse. The aliens saw her jump up while holding chemical stimulants, and they thought she was about to attack. All three aliens rushed out of the room. Alarms started going off on their ships. Maya could see lights flashing on the alien vessels outside the windows. Dr. Barnes put her hand on Maya's shoulder. Maya, sit down. Everything is going to be okay. But Maya felt terrible. I just had chocolate and coffee. How is that scary? Captain Rodriguez came running into the room. The alien ships are powering up their shields. They think we are about to attack them. Maya started to cry. I just wanted to be friends. Why does everything I do scare them? Dr. Susan Walsh came in to help calm Maya down. It is not your fault, Maya. You could not have known that chocolate and coffee would seem dangerous to them. Outside, the aliens were having emergency meetings on their ships. They were convinced that the small human had been drugging herself to become more dangerous. First, she showed impossible strength and speed, Zethara told its ship's council. Now she consumes battle chemicals. This is clearly a warrior preparing for combat. But she seemed sad when we left, Velnara said. Do warriors feel sadness before battle? Maybe it is a trick, Kixandra suggested. Make us think she is harmless, then attack when we are not ready. But Velnara was not sure. She had the ability to sense emotions, and Maya's sadness had felt real. Very real. Back on the human ship, the science team was having an emergency meeting. We need to understand how they see us, Dr. Kane said. Everything Maya does looks threatening. To them, even when she is trying to be kind. The problem is that we are from such different worlds, Dr. Phillips explained. What is normal for us is impossible for them. Captain Rodriguez made a decision. We need to tell them the truth about Earth and humans. Everything. Maybe if they understand where we come from, they will understand why we are the way we are. Maya wiped her tears. Can I help? I want to fix this. Dr. Barnes nodded. Yes, but we need to be very careful about how we do it. Maya looked out the window at the alien ships with their glowing shields. She had wanted to make friends, but instead, she had almost started a war. I will do whatever it takes, Maya said. I do not want them to be afraid anymore. But first, the humans had to convince the aliens to come back and listen. The aliens were now sure that Maya was the most dangerous being they had ever met. They did not know that she was actually the kindest. The misunderstanding had grown so big that it might be impossible to fix. But Maya was determined to try. She could not bear the thought of the aliens being afraid of her forever. On the alien ships, some of the leaders were talking about leaving. They thought humans were too dangerous to be friends with. But others, like Velnara, wondered if there was more to the story. The small one's emotions felt real, Velnara told her ship's council. Fear, sadness, loneliness. These are not the emotions of a warrior. Then what is she? Her council asked. Velnara looked at the human ship through her window. I think she might be something we have never seen before. A being with the power to destroy, but the heart to create. The question was, would the aliens be brave enough to find out if Velnara was right? 3 hours passed with the alien ships keeping their shields up and staying far away from the human ship. Maya sat in her room, feeling worse than she had ever felt in her life. Every time she tried to make friends with the aliens, she only made them more scared. Captain Rodriguez called an emergency meeting with all the human scientists. We need to fix this before it gets worse. The aliens are talking about leaving and never coming back. Dr. Rachel Barnes had an idea. What if Maya tells them the complete truth about herself? Not just about humans in general, but about who she really is as a person? Is that safe? Dr. Kane asked. What if it makes things worse? Maya spoke up from the back of the room. It cannot get much worse than it already is. Let me try. Captain Rodriguez made the decision. Okay, Maya. We will ask the aliens to meet one more time, but this time you tell them everything about yourself. Help them understand that you are not a warrior. The humans sent a message to the alien ships. We request one final meeting. Our smallest crew member wants to explain herself to you. She is not dangerous. Please give her a chance to prove it. The aliens talked among themselves for a long time. Finally, Velnara convinced the others to try one more time. I can sense emotions, she told them. I will know if the small human is lying. The 3 aliens came back to the human ship, but they brought protective shields with them. They set up their equipment in the meeting room and sat far away from Maya. Maya walked into the room very slowly. She kept her hands where the aliens could see them. She sat down carefully and looked at each alien. My name is Maya Brooks, she began. I want to tell you who I really am. The aliens listened but did not speak. Maya took a deep breath. I am scared right now. I am scared that you will never want to be my friends. I have dreamed about meeting aliens since I was a little girl, and now I have hurt that dream. Velnara's green skin changed color slightly. She was detecting real sadness and fear from Maya. I am not a warrior, Maya continued. I am a scientist. I study life because I think all living things are wonderful. I believe that different species should help each other, not hurt each other. Maya's voice started to shake a little. I know I seem strong and fast to you, but on my world, I am considered small and weak. There are human children stronger than me. Kixandra's arms stopped clicking. Children? Maya nodded. Human children play games that would seem impossible to you. They run and jump and climb trees. They do this for fun, not for fighting. She pulled out her tablet again. Can I show you something? The aliens hesitated, then nodded. Maya showed them a video of human children playing on a playground. The children were running, swinging on monkey bars and climbing on tall structures. They were laughing and having fun. These children are much younger than me, Maya explained. They are playing, not training for war. This is what human children do every day. Zethora's crystal body stopped flashing. They play at such heights? Yes. and their parents watch and smile. Because this is normal for humans. Maya showed them another video. This one was of herself as a child, maybe 8 years old. Little Maya was climbing a tree in her backyard, laughing as she reached for the highest branch. This is me when I was small. I was not learning to fight. I was just playing. Velnara leaned forward slightly. The emotions she was sensing from Maya were not dangerous at all. They were gentle, sad, and hopeful. Maya continued her story. I became a scientist because I love learning about life. Every creature is special. Every world is amazing. I wanted to meet you because I think your species are beautiful and wonderful. She started to cry a little. But I understand why I scare you. Everything that is normal for humans is extreme for you. I do not know how to change that. Maya reached into her bag and pulled out something small. It was a photograph of her family. This is my family, she said, showing them the picture. My parents, my little sister, and our dog Max. They are the most important things in my life. I would never do anything to hurt other families like mine. Kixandra looked at the picture. Your family is precious to you? More precious than anything, Maya said. That is why I want to make friends with other species. I want all families to be safe and happy. Maya put the picture away and looked directly at each alien. I want to show you something about humans. Something important. She stood up slowly and walked to the window. Outside, she could see the alien ships with their shields still glowing. Humans have the power to destroy things, Maya said. But we choose to create instead. We could have built weapons to bring to this meeting. Instead, we built translation machines so we could talk to you. She turned back to the aliens. We could have sent our biggest, strongest humans to meet you. Instead, we sent scientists and diplomats. People who want to learn and make friends. Maya sat back down. I know I am small, and I know I seem weak to you in some ways, but I want you to know that my weakness is also my strength. We do not understand, Zethara said. Maya smiled sadly. I am afraid of spiders. I cry when I watch sad movies. I miss my family when I am away from home. These things make me weak, but they also make me human. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a tissue. I am crying right now because I am sad that I scared you. Warriors do not cry because they are sad. Velnara's skin turned a soft blue color. You cry because of sadness? Yes. Humans cry when we are sad, happy, or scared. We cannot help it. Maya wiped her eyes. I want to show you one more thing. She walked over to a small plant that was sitting on a table in the room. It was a little flower that the humans had brought from Earth. This flower is from my world, Maya said. It is small and fragile. Any human could destroy it easily. She gently touched the flower's petals. But humans do not destroy beautiful things. We protect them. We take care of them. Maya looked at the aliens. That is what I want to do with our friendship. I want to protect it and help it grow. The room was quiet for a long time. Then Velnara spoke. I can sense emotions, she said. Everything you have said is true. Your emotions are not those of a warrior or a hunter. They are the emotions of someone who cares. Zethara's crystal body began to glow with softer colors. You save falling objects not to show dominance, but to prevent destruction. Kixandra's arms moved in a new pattern. You consume stimulants not for battle, but for comfort. Maya nodded. Yes. Everything I do comes from wanting to help and protect, not hurt. Velnara was the first to move closer. She slithered over to Maya's chair, moving slowly so she would not scare the human. I have made an error, Velnara said. I saw your strength and speed, but I did not see your kindness. Kixandra came closer too. We judged you by our own fears, not by your actions. Even Zethara moved nearer. Your world made you strong, but you chose to be gentle. Maya smiled, and this time her tears were happy ones. Does this mean we can be friends? Yes, all three aliens said at the same time. Over the next few hours, everything changed. The aliens lowered their shields and came back to the human ship, without fear. Maya showed them more pictures of Earth, but this time she explained how humans protected the gentle creatures and preserved beautiful places. She taught them human games that did not require strength or speed. She shared human music and art. She showed them that humans use their abilities to create wonderful things. In return, the aliens taught Maya about their worlds. Zethara showed her how crystal beings made music with light. Velnara taught her the serpent language of flowing movements. Kixandra explained how the hive mind worked together to solve problems. A week later, Maya was playing a gentle Earth game called Hide and Seek with young aliens who had come to visit the ship. The alien children were not scared of her at all. They thought she was wonderful. Maya watched as a small alien child successfully hid behind a chair while she counted to 10. When she pretended not to see the child, it giggled with joy. Found. "You!" Maya said with a big smile. The alien child ran up to her and hugged her leg. Maya was careful to hug back very gently. Captain Rodriguez watched from across the room. She smiled as she saw Maya, the smallest human on the ship, surrounded by alien children who loved her. Dr. Barnes came to stand next to the captain. "It is amazing how things changed." "Yes," Captain Rodriguez agreed. Maya showed them that strength and gentleness can exist in the same person. As Maya played with the children, Velnara approached the human officers. "Your Maya has taught us something important," Velnara said. "We learned that the most powerful beings can also be the most caring." "What will you tell your governments about humans?" Dr. Kane asked. Zethara's crystal body glowed warmly. "We will tell them that humans are strong, yes, but we will also tell them that humans choose to use their strength to protect others," Kixandra added. "We will say that the smallest human taught us the biggest lesson, that true power comes from choosing kindness over conquest." Maya looked up from playing with the children and waved at the adults. She was finally living her dream of being friends with aliens. The aliens waved back, no longer afraid of the small human who had carried their biggest fears. Now she carried their biggest hopes instead. Later that night, Maya sent a message to her family on Earth. "I made new friends today," she wrote. "They were scared of me at first, but now we